Someone take this person out of my room, Meng Ting finally cried, but this was the first time she cried for him. She was like an abandoned kitten, her voice sobbing, saying she didn't want to leave. The nurse pried her fingers off one by one. He gripped the remote tightly, turning the volume up to 100, finally drowning out her cries. Meng Ting refused to leave. The door inside had already been locked by the other nurses taking care of Jiang Ren. She knocked on the door, but he couldn't hear. Only the noisy TV sound covered everything. Jiang Ren, opened the door. Xu Yang heard the noise and quickly came over. He was stunned. It was the first time he had seen her cry like this. The little fairy he had seen in childhood, even when she was wronged or sad, would only silently shed tears. He gritted his teeth and hugged her. "Sister, let's go back, okay? Don't cry anymore." "No, it's not okay at all." She cried until she couldn't breathe, until she couldn't even make a sound. Seeing her once was enough. She was fine. In the big fire, she was protected by him and wasn't hurt at all. She would only get better in the future. Jiang Ren's injuries must hurt a lot. I don't want to break up with him like this. How can it be like this? He is so bad. He chased me so carelessly when he wanted to be with me. But now he is so heartlessly pushing me away. Chairman Zhang opened the room. The TV in the room was deafeningly loud. His son was much calmer than he had imagined. "Dad, did she leave?" The little girl was stubborn. Her respiratory tract was already not good, and she was almost suffocating. His father turned off the sound. Jiang Ren smiled, his hoarse voice unexpectedly carrying a hint of tenderness. "Dad, her name is Meng Ting. She's the top student in the second year of 7th High. She's very capable. She can dance, play the piano, and she's first in the math Olympiad too. She's also very gentle and a bit silly. I came to number 7 high school for tutoring, and no one else was willing to teach me. Only she was willing to. She quietly wrote page after page of lesson plans. She has a great temper and works very hard. She's excellent. Her only flaw is that she doesn't like me that much. But he paused, I like her very much. I want to accompany her to college, accompany her for a lifetime. Even if she doesn't like me, it's okay. I've liked her for a long time." Jiang Ren's voice was hoarse. And finally, he couldn't help but his eyes reddened. Jiang Ren originally wanted to say much more, to tell about the feelings he had harbored, how he had secretly liked her for so long, to tell about those days and nights in Pear Blossom Town, afraid of missing her, to tell how seriously and hard he had pursued her. He had truly used a lifetime's passion to like a young girl. But in the end, tears flowed through his fingers. Chairman Zhang was silent for a long time before closing the door. In the quiet with only his left, he finally said, "I've given up on her. I admit defeat." The day Jiang Ren left, Meng Ting went to the airport to look for him. She searched for a long time, but she still couldn't find him. Planes landed and took off one after another. After that, she didn't look for Jiang Ren again. And she didn't have the ability to look for him. After all, that fire was not an ordinary accident, but arson. The landlord's house was burned down, and the family was facing a series of troubles such as compensation. She doesn't have enough money to fly to H City to look for Jiang Ren. The current situation simply doesn't allow her to be willful.